2, 3. That's not how you do it. 4.
Dude, what are you doing?
6.
Wednesday Wisdom, and have I got a quote for you? You know, your breakfast is way better than mine. Good morning.
Morning.
What's up, ladies? All right, Nikki, what you got for us today?
Hi, we got your customers are your partners on your mission.
Do you really believe that, Nikki?
I do.
Tell me why.
Because they're everything. That's the point, right? That's why we're here.
Yeah?
I think so.
I like that. A little bit of Wednesday wisdom from Nikki, head of customer love at LOVESAC. Leona!
Oh, good morning.
You always make it.
Yay.
Yay. What's going on, ladies? What's happening in the world of merchandising today?
Oh, you know, pillows and brand integration.
Brand integration. We love our brand integration. It's Brand Integration Wednesday. Right, Charlie? Sitting in the LOVESAC sectionals desks is nice. Sometimes you just need a break. We're gonna go stand at the window. That's how we designed the office. So all the windows are shared. Malak, you're eating healthy?
I always eat healthy.
Tiffany loved your dancing
Born dancing.
yesterday.
I was dancing today as well.
It's a good working spot. Good working spots all around here. Fake it till you make it, okay? Now, I have said as a Shawnism for a very long time, be what you will be, not what you are. Because when the Limited 2 called me and said, hey, we want 12,000 little bean bags for Christmas, and it was just me and Dave and like this lawnmower shredding machine thing, I was the greatest not beanbag company in the world. No problem, we got this. Send me the fabric, we'll get them made for you. They had no idea, right? I was being what I would be, not what I was. I wasn't yet the greatest not beanbag company in the world, but I was going to be, so that's what I said that I was. So the colloquial way to say that same Shawnism, the way that we're all familiar with, is very simply, fake it till you make it, okay? Now, that phrase, it's easy to like feel a little bit shystery about that phrase. You know, you feel like, oh, you know, this smooth talker, you know, none of us want to feel like a fake. Listen, everybody's a poser. I'm a poser. Everybody. I teach at the top design school in the United States of America in a master's level course. And I often think to myself like, oh my gosh, really, this is as good as it gets. And it made me realize, you know, let me give you another time when I realized that those in power really don't know what they're doing. So I won a reality TV show on Fox. Won $1 million on national TV, and the day that I won it, we were on Necker Island, on Richard Branson's island. And, you know, after I had won, I was no longer just a contestant. I was there on the island with everybody else, the cast, the crew, the producers, and the producers could finally just talk to me because I was a normal person. And in fact, I was now in their world because I had just won. So now they had a relationship with me. They had to promote me over the next few months and, you know, do all these things. And so I was one of them. And the walls came down and they were all huddled around talking about like, and they looked nervous. And I said, what's going on, guys? You know, the show just wrapped. We were at a wrap party. It should be tons of fun. And they were all looked really forlorn. And they said, we can't do this show as it's scripted. And I said, well, what are you talking about? And they were discussing how Mark Cuban's show, The Benefactor, just ran like 2-3 episodes and tanked, got canceled, and how, you know, the only person that could do a business kind of show was Donald Trump, apparently, and like the Richard Branson, you know, kind of rebel billionaire for entrepreneurs, not for apprentices. It just wasn't going to work. And so, you know, we're going to re-edit the show and make it mostly the jumping off of hot air balloons and cliffs and swinging from ropes and whatever. And then, you know, a little bit of business, as opposed to being 2/3, you know, we parachute into this amazing African village that needs some help. And we spend 2 days building an economic recovery plan. And then at the end, we go jump off a cliff together. In other words, they flipped it. They made it more like Amazing Race and less like The Apprentice because they got afraid. And that's when I realized nobody really knows what they're doing. Here you have people playing with millions, tens of millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars at stake for a show that was filmed in high def all over the country with 8 cameras and everything else. And they're just guessing. They're just making it up as they go. Everybody's making it up as they go. Fake it till you make it. So the reason I'm sharing this today is because last night I had, again, the opportunity to teach this class that I teach in the city in Manhattan. It's amazing. And one of the students came up and they're building businesses right now. They're building business models and they're testing them. And she came up and said, I don't think I can do this. And she has this great idea to sell lingerie and other adult items to hotel chains in China because, you know, it's actually already hotel chains in China sometimes supply these things or at least have them there, but they're terrible and in terrible quality. And anyway, she has this idea to make nice stuff. And anyway, I think it's a legitimate business if you want to do that. And but she's just like, I don't think I can do this. And I said, what's wrong? And she said, well, you know, I've at least had a conversation with someone in the hotel chain, and they said, well, you know, who are your investors? And I don't have investors yet. And then so I'll have a conversation with a potential investor, and the investor will say, well, you know, who are your clients? And she says, well, I don't have a client yet. And then I'll go have a conversation with, you know, one of the manufacturers, and they'll say, well, who are your clients? And she says, well, I don't have a client, but I can't get a client until I have an investor. And she said, there's nowhere to start. She said, it's an endless loop, and there's nowhere to start. And my heart goes out to her because she's right. And all I could say was to look her in the eye and say, you know, it's hard. Like building a business, making something happen from the ground, it is the hardest thing, right? Short of real life tragedy, it's hard. And there is no entry point. It's like this fast spinning merry-go-round, and you want to say, you know, stop and let me get on, but it's not going to stop. And so you kind of just have to start running and look for your window and go for it, and you know, or make yourself available. So a piece of practical advice, Mongjie, my student who's trying to figure out how to jump onto that, you know, rapid merry-go-round, how to get the client, the investor, or the supplier, listen, you got to get one of them to crack, which means that you got to get one of them to believe that you got the other one all lined up. It's a classic case of the producers. And again, it may seem, you know, slimy to you, it may seem fake to you, but I promise you, 90% of the entrepreneurs who build something from nothing, you know what, 99%, you know what, probably 100% of the entrepreneurs who build something from nothing at some point are faking it to the 9th degree, okay? Go to that supplier, say, I've got it all lined up. I got this customer who, you know, is very interested. And of course, you're not lying because you probably do have some customer somewhere who's at least very interested, you know, mostly very interested. And I need some samples. Without some samples, I just cannot make this sale. And get somebody in your court. And if one supplier doesn't play ball, you got to bounce to the next. And you basically go around that merry-go-round between suppliers, investors, and clients until something breaks, and you don't stop until something does. I wish I could give you a more specific playbook, Mongjie, but if you can't make that happen, then you probably can't be an entrepreneur. But you could. You can do it. And you don't know which thing is going to break, and so you have to just keep going around that circle with the investors, with the suppliers, with the clients, and try to get someone to do something. And in my case, the only way that I could, you know, get to LOVESAC off the ground into some kind of scale was to take that order from the Limited 2 when it came. And the only reason it came was because I flew out to Chicago, where we attended this trade show where we were discovered by companies that, you know, might put their logo on our product as a promotional product because Red Bull had bought 50 sacks. We thought that was a good idea. And, you know, if you want to hear the whole story, by the way, go to lovesac.com about us and you can watch this whole story. But you know, this funny part was there we were in Chicago at this trade show wearing, you know, LOVESAC shirts that we had embroidered. And for us, that was a big expense, right, to go to Chicago and to buy shirts. And we had never paid ourselves in this company because all we were was like a wood chipper that we shredded foam on, and me and Dave, and even at Chicago, it was my cousin who didn't even work for the company at all, or was not a partner, who came with us just to tag along and be part of it and help out. And it was fun and exciting, but you know, we had to basically pretend that we were a real company that could take some kind of big order. And sure enough, the Limited 2 said, we want 12,000 of those things. And of course, on the other end of the phone, I was, you know, the best not beanbag company in the world, faking it, right? And then I had to go find the fabric that they wanted and flew to High Point, North Carolina. Again, tucked in my shirt, looked professional, walked the floor and found the fabric, only it was too expensive. So flew to the mill in China because I could read the Chinese on the boxes. This is a very long story. Again, find it at lovesac.com to hear the whole thing. But when I got to China, these suppliers, you know, they had no idea. I walked in there and I said, hi, I'm Shawn. I'm here for representing the Limited. I need 30,000 yards of fabric. By the way, I had no idea how I was going to buy this fabric. I didn't have any money. I was a waiter. I was a waiter at an Italian restaurant called Robintino's in Salt Lake City, Utah. And I was paying my way through college. I wasn't even graduated yet. And I was living in my parents' basement. In the afternoons, I'd go down and shred foam on that little grain grinder, you know, wood chipper thing with Dave sometimes, and you know, deliver sacks in the van. And anyway, but to these guys in China, I represented the Limited because that's what I said. And I did. It wasn't a lie, but it was, you know, obviously a stretch. And I said, I need 30,000 yards of this. I don't know how I'm going to pay for it. I didn't tell them that. And negotiated with them because I was able to speak Chinese and understand what they were saying. And even then, you know, a little bit of faking it. But what came of it? You know, when these Chinese guys said, okay, we'll meet your price. We'll do the deal. We just need a deposit. We need $65,000 to get started. So I called the Limited 2. And again, you know, stretch the reality a little bit. Hey, Limited, I'm here in China at my factory and I'm ready to go. And, you know, we've got it all tooled up and I just need a $65,000 deposit to get started. And they said, well, we're the Limited. We don't give deposits. And I said, well, you know, we're LOVESAC. We've never done a deal without a deposit, which was true. We had never done a deal without a deposit. And eventually, twisting their arm, they wired me $65,000 to my University of Utah credit union account because that's all I had for LOVESAC. Because as far as they were concerned, we were the best not beanbag company that they had ever found, that they ever knew of, because that's what we presented ourselves as. So fake it till you make it. And it's hard. And yes, Mungjie, my student who doesn't know, you know, where to start on that merry-go-round, where to leap on, and how to get some client to buy her stuff when she doesn't even have stuff, and some manufacturer to even make samples for her when she doesn't even have clients, and some investor, you know, to give her money when she doesn't have either. I don't have the answer. But if you keep just pushing and faking it till you make it, somehow something will break. And if you don't believe me, then you'll never try and you'll never find out, and you will be right. But if you go for it and you push through and you learn how to fake it until you make it. And by the way, I'm, you know, 15 years into this, 20 if you count from the very beginning, and still faking it. You know, still just trying to make it work. It's just at a higher level. So that's our Wednesday wisdom for this Wednesday. Fake it till you make it. It is not a hollow statement. It is not a trite phrase. It is absolutely a legitimate business and entrepreneurial strategy. And I use it probably every day of my life. Does that make me a big phony? Maybe so. But somehow something seems to be working. All right, here we go. Give me something creative.
Orange is the new black.
Orange is, wait. You did not just say that.
I did.
Orange is the new black. Vince! It's a television show.
Okay.
And it's somebody else's.
Think of something good.
Trump won the comb-over states.
Oh, Trump won the comb-over states. I like that one. The creative crew at LOVESAC, always good for a laugh.
So those are
That copy's actually is pretty.
Which copy?
Put it back up, man.
It's pretty witty. I mean, I don't
This is the
Fully
washable.
cycle friendly.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
So
Yeah, I mean,
if we want to do all type, like how we're doing for holidays right now.
Well, that's for the.
The one-man LOVESAC social media machine.
What would you like, Shawn?
The man behind the curtain,
What up?
Mr. Tyler Krenberg, single-handedly doing everything tech at LOVESAC.
Sort of frightening.
Tyler, you're a witty guy. Give me a piece of wisdom on this Wednesday Wisdom Day.
Well, we've been killing it with scaling everything internationally. We've had a ton of international traffic. The last 3 weeks we've blown up.
Where'd that come from?
2 huge social posts on Facebook. We had first time ever less than 50% of our traffic was in the US. We had a ridiculous amount of people in the Netherlands, ridiculous amount of people in Germany, UK, and caused all kind of crazy problems for the website.
That's right. If you missed it, there was this social post on Facebook. It was Insider Design. Just put a video of everyone in their office jumping on a LOVESAC in slow-mo. And it's actually on Wikipedia now. Number seven on a list of most viewed videos ever in the first 24 hours. Documented. And for the entire internet.
My first rehearsal.
For what?
At 2:30 for the Nutcracker here.
You're going to be in the Nutcracker?
Yes.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
How was class today?
Good.
What'd you do on time?
And then get reservations or else you don't get a sit.
What are you eating?
Choose the tiny stuff. The most people vote. Hey, Lucky, do you want the braid tag or hide and seek?
It's a flying ladybug.
Oh, what's the
Whoa!
Lucky, do it to me.
Wait,
what's
dizzy?
the ladybug dizzy?
Is the ladybug busy? Such is the chaos in the Nelson home. I give it about another 30 seconds before somebody's in tears. There's the tears. Oh, Pepper, I'm sorry. Come here. Come here. You're flying! Whoa! Oh my gosh. Whoa! Say, I'm a flying ladybug. We have a big glider. Dora the Explorer. Boots and super cool Explorer Dora.
Need your help. Grab your backpack. Let's go jumping. Dominoes. You can lead the way. Hey, hey, hey. Dora, 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 Dora. Dora the Explorer!
All right. El otoño. Do you see anything in the tree?
Yeah.
What is this thing?
Homework?
What is this? Homework for who?
Dad.
But it says mom.
I crossed out.
Oh, you
I meant Dad.
You meant dad. You made homework for me?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the last one is 100 plus 100 minus 20 divided by 9.
Okay, so I got to do this homework. So 10 plus 25 plus 1. Is that the first one?
Yeah, but do not count these circles.
Okay, I won't count the circles. So go for it. Fake it till you make it, because you will. And it will seem impossible in the beginning. It will seem impenetrable, and you will not be able to understand how you could possibly get from here to there. I had no vision that LOVESAC could become a leader, an innovator in a huge category like couches. I just sort of followed one foot after the other. I had the idea to make a big beanbag, so I got off the couch. Hence the name of this entire movement. And look what followed. But along the way, I had to fake it at almost every turn, and to some degree still am, and everybody else is too. So just own it, embrace it, don't be afraid of it, and don't feel embarrassed or bad, because that is how it's done. Subscribe, please share it out. Please comment, give me something to, react to, learn from, challenge me, tell me I'm full of crap, whatever you like. I appreciate your engagement. I appreciate you following. I appreciate your attention. I am flattered by it, and I'm just trying to share any piece of wisdom that or knowledge that I have stumbled across in this long journey of mine. That's Wednesday Wisdom on the Get Off the Couch vlog, and we'll see you tomorrow.